Всем здорово. Ну чё, продолжим. Не знаю, сколько там осталось. О, сколько зацепилось сразу народу. Всем здорово. Так, стоять, не лагать, все. Блин, не хватает. Бля, эти рукояти. Где понабрать этих рукоятей, а? Бля. Вот сюда бы одну и все, можно было бы повеселее. Так, денег у меня на все это нету. Так. Так, это в порту, да? Сгонять в порт. Так, пойдем-ка. Лагать. Здравствуй, псинка. Мне надо больше крови. Подберем все, что можно. Ну блин, ну синие рукоятки-то повыдавайте мне, Алло, ну пора уже. Дурацкий карантин. Так, ладно. Ну...
It's mine! I'll take it! I'll send you to hell. It's dead! All of you bloody kill it! I'm back in a fucking grave!
Наглая рожа. Когда берешься кого-то подлечить, ему убьешь полгорода.
Over there! There's one of them vermin! He's dead!
Да ты чё, охренел, что ли? Да блин, да отпусти ты меня. Чё такой меткий, а? Да ты чё ж так охреневшее оружие, а? нормально поупадало, а то есть всякая фигня вечно падает. Когда что-нибудь хорошее будет падать? Ну, слег. Ну, ладно. Нафиг он не нужен. Сюда забраться нельзя. Вот, не знаю, может этого убивца тоже убить. Так, кто у нас болен? С этой стороны кто-то кашляет, но никого нету.
Good evening, Mrs. Fishburne. May I come in, please?
Of course. Dr. Reed. I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries me. What can I do for...
Mrs. Fishburne?
I am a...
Then let me give...
I thank you.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne.
I can't remember.
Да, блин, выйти-то нельзя больше нигде.
Good evening.
Well,
I'm Doctor.
and I...
Do you need my... Nobody is immune to disease. There's no...
Well, thank you, Doctor.
Goodbye, sir.
Что я живы? Это надо.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello.
Can I offer... Perhaps I...
Thank you. But don't expect...
Can I...
As long as you have...
Блять. Ну-ка, продать что-нибудь могу? Могу. Ну ты охренела, что ли, за столько выставлять? Ну вот сволота, а.
Foolish girl with a principle. Got no idea.
Придурочный, что ли? А, ну это еще один прямой путь, да?
Perhaps we should listen to what the idiot had to say.
The epidemics, everyone's throwing the blame.
Да, блин. Какая фигня. Да ёшкин ты кот, ты чё, блин? Чё, блин, за шепот? Хорош. Я, блин, еще что здесь можно где свистнуть? О, демон, здорово.
You must prepare, child, for the earth is bleeding and the harvest is upon us.
Stay away! Whoever you are!
This is no time for petty quarrels, my champion. Can you not hear? The famished queen has awoken.
I am not your champion!
But of course you are, son. As surely as you are the blood of my blood.
I had to kill Mary!
I have known your pain, child. Do not succumb to...
Silence! I dismiss you, now!
The land calls for a champion. All and everyone needs you.
Silence! I'm tired of all these puppet shows.
Так.
I cannot enter.
Все лишнее поубирал.
They want war. I'll show them war.
Whatever this poor woman did, nobody deserves this kind of punishment.
Ну и как, блин? Ну-ка полазим тут.
Bloody monster!
Ух ты ж, ё-моё. Ну, синяя рукоять, это хорошо. Ага. Вы за здоровяки, второй уже здоровяк, блядь. Блин, не собрал.
Trust the leech, boys! Back to the bloody drive!
забаговал, сам виноват. Так, ну все. Вроде заходить сюда.
So this is where she lives. What a splendid house.
Dr. Reed, welcome. How are you?
As good as one can be, considering the circumstances.
Yes. Death and affliction seem prevailing themes of late. Please, come in. We have much to discuss.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Not at all. Actually, I was counting on you visiting me tonight.
How strange, this painting. Beautiful, melancholic, yet with a haunting dignity.
Indeed. A long time ago, a friend asked me to paint this for him. But I kept it in the end.
I did not know you were a painter, my lady.
There are many things you do not know about me, young Ekon.
Please, call me Jonathan.
Please excuse my behavior, Jonathan. I tend to tease my friends when uneasy.
What is bothering you, my lady? Your letter was quite alarming.
We will talk about this in a few minutes. For now, I would like you to tell me about yourself. How have you been since we last met, my friend?
My sister Mary, she was made a vampire in the same way I was. She was the one killing all those people everywhere I went.
Vengeance is a powerful force for those betrayed. Made vampire through careless error. Victims by surprise.
In the end, she implored me to put an end to her misery. But still, I felt I had taken her life twice.
I am so sorry for my accidental cruelty. Had I known your dear Mary was still alive, I would never have sent you to pray for her soul in that church.
There is no need to apologize, my lady. Your words have been most helpful in these difficult times.
Thank you, my friend. If only we could have guided your poor sister through her terrible nightmare.
I swear I did not intend that. If only I had known then how vampires are created.
That is the scientist speaking. In truth, most of us do not know how it really works. Personally, I make sure my prey will not return to haunt me.
What do you mean?
I am merciless, Jonathan. I only feed on the dying, and I make sure they are dead before leaving their remains.
I came to the conclusion that my maker, whoever he might be, must be a powerful vampire. Certainly extremely old.
How have you reached this conclusion?
He is the only immortal I've seen appear in an ethereal form. His voice, his words seemed ancient. It was disturbing.
I am afraid you are right. The simple fact that your blood made Mary such a strong Ekon proves that you must be of ancient lineage.
Namana.
I felt this power radiating like an aura every time he appeared.
Most ancestral vampires of England were killed by the Guard of Prewen half a century ago. I wonder who your maker could be.
You have no idea who he could be?
Some of the ancient ones fled England. Some may still be in hiding. All I know is you, my friend, are a pawn in some secret and obscure game of chess.
I think I should ask the questions, your ladyship. After all, it was you who invited me to settle this most urgent of matters.
Fair enough, Jonathan. The situation is critical. We do not have the luxury for etiquette.
Please do not misunderstand me. I would be delighted to discuss mundane matters and idle trivialities.
If we survive the dark nights to come, we shall have all the time in the world to speak, you and I. For now, please follow me, Jonathan.
Ага, то бишь я задать вопросы не могу. Ты
I
охренела,
must
что ли?
say, your house is exquisite.
One of the advantages of living forever is having the time to be selective with one's furnishings. I took the liberty of having tea served.
You can still drink tea.
Can't keep it down, but I do so enjoy the aroma. Let us toast to make-believe. And of course to your health, Jonathan.
And to yours, my lady.
Не попьем чаю, а занюхнем чаю.
So, my lady, why truly did you invite me here?
I've been asked to deliver an official invitation to meet the Ascalon Club.
Who are they? Really?
They are the embodiment of vampire law in Britain. Some say they influence the destiny of the Empire. Some believe they merely protect it.
How many are they?
Only a small number of powerful and deceitful immortals. All of them entangled in a sticky web of shadow cabinets, influencing trade.
Will they fight the guard of Priwen?
I doubt it. Fergal was Lord Redgrave's executioner forever and a day. By defeating that beast, you deprived them of a powerful weapon. Only a...
Why use you to contact me?
Because they know we are close. The Ascalon Club has many spies. Their main occupation is gathering information and then deciding how to use it.
Have they threatened you in any way?
Not at all. Their message surprised me at first. But it is only logical, considering the critical situation in London.
Why not ask for your help? Since you are obviously a powerful and influential immortal yourself.
You have to understand that I am invisible to the eyes of Ascalon, for I am a woman. That suits me well, as long as they leave me alone.
Should I trust them?
Of course not. Do not misunderstand me. They can be very useful, but I believe their long-term goals differ from yours.
Should I lie to them?
We all lie, Jonathan. It falls to you to choose your behavior. The most important rule is to show them due respect.
Уважение.
Why
С
meet
чего?
them then?
Because nothing truly important can be achieved in this city without their consent. They could be powerful allies in this current situation.
They have done nothing but impede my investigations since I became known to them. Why would they want to see me now?
I guess they now see you as Ascalon material. They must have found out what happened to your sister. Proof of the potent blood flowing through your veins.
I'm not sure I can accept their invitation. I have seen their handiwork. How Fergal the Beast imposed the club's law.
You have no choice, Jonathan. Even I would not openly defy Lord Redgrave, the chairman of the Ascalon Club.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave? Who is he?
Lord Redgrave is the founder and chairman of the Ascalon Club. Most mortals know him as the Earl of Bristol. He is rich and extremely influential.
Have you met him?
Only on rare occasions, for he never goes outside the club. And women are not awarded membership, even immortals.
How old is he? How long has he been a vampire?
Lord Redgrave claims to be the progeny of William Marshall, the most valiant knight who ever lived. If that is true, he could be very old.
How powerful is his reach?
The Ascalon Club may be the most influential secret society in England. Not all its members are immortals, but they are all very powerful.
They are not all immortals. How is that?
The club is mainly comprised of political figures who seek the safety and expansion of the Empire. The most loyal are awarded immortality.
Any familiar or famous names?
As the richest, most relentless British tycoon, Aloysius Dawson is considered ideal Ascalon material and has been watched for years.
If you are convinced I must meet him, I will heed your advice.
Thank you, Jonathan. I understand your reluctance to brush shoulders with London's vampire elite, but we have no choice.
Is the situation that critical?
Yes. The Guard of Prewen has called for a second great hunt of our kind, and they will stop at nothing to eliminate us.
Will the Guard of Prewen and the Ascalon Club fight each other?
I doubt it. If Prewen really launched a great hunt, I think most of the Econs I know would flee the country to escape the bloodbath.
I think I saw them kill an Econ on the way to your house. They seem to have a list with names.
To launch another great hunt, they must have collected intelligence on vampire identities and whereabouts. They are a resourceful lot.
Should we fight back? I will not be hunted down like an animal again.
I admire your courage, Jonathan. But the best way to fight them is to put an end to the epidemic. This is the only way to clear the air.
What is a great hunt?
The first great hunt was launched about 75 years ago. In just a few nights, the Guard of Prewen located and destroyed most of the old British vampires.
Какие новости, а?
How did you survive the first hunt?
I fled, Jonathan, like most vampires who survived that slaughter. And I secretly came back when I was sure they had lost my trail.
Why start a second one?
Prewen has always seen us immortals as a threat to mankind. My guess is they suspect one or more of us is the cause of the epidemic.
You should flee then. Leave London, the country even. I have seen the Guard in action. They are merciless.
Your concern warms my heart, Jonathan. But fear not. If the situation gets too dangerous, I shall retreat to my secret Scottish manor. I could hide you in my luggage, if you wish.
Thank you for the offer. I shall keep it in mind. But I
Нормально.
have much to do here. There is a question I must ask you. Could Lord Redgrave be my maker?
I doubt it. If Lord Redgrave had made you his progeny, he would not have seemed so surprised when you demonstrated the strength of your lineage.
What is the plan?
The plan is we both try to save this city, you and I.
How can I say?
The epidemic is the priority. You must find its origin.
Источник
What will you
ликвидировать
do?
его.
I still have contacts and old friends in this town. I shall make some inquiry.
Will I ever discover the identity?
Maybe not, Jonathan. We know for sure you were made by a powerful vampire.
You have no idea at all? You seem to know so many things about the secrets of the vampire underworld.
Even if I had my suspicions, I would not dare give you a name so soon. All I can say is this. I will make inquiries and keep you informed.
Please forgive my bluntness, but I have to ask. Was it you? Did you make me?
Oh, Jonathan. I know you shall always have a gnawing doubt about who made you an immortal. But I swear...
Это точно был мужик, это по первым картинкам
One
было
day
видно.
soon, I will have to find the answer to this.
And I shall help you in your research, I promise. For now, you must go to the Ascalon Club and play their game.
Will I see you again at the Pembroke Hospital?
No, you will find me here if you need me. I shall conduct inquiries alone. And
When will we meet again?
as soon as you meet Lord Redgrave, I suppose. Fear not, my dear.
Ну, чё
Will you
как.
not visit Pembroke again? But how will you sustain yourself?
I shall not, Jonathan. Fear not.
I want to thank you for all your support and your help, my lady.
Could you do me a last great favor and call me Elizabeth?
I should be honored, my lady.
Then it is settled. Finally, some good news in these dark hours.
Thank you. I appreciate the advice. I had best prepare myself to meet this Lord Redgrave now.
How thrilling to meet the Earl of Bristol in the flesh, so to speak.
Something tells me you're not very keen on the man.
Don't get me wrong. The gentlemen of the Ascalon Club are honorable, but their attitude and opinions are somewhat antiquated.
I see.
As long as they deny access to female applicants, I will leave them to their antediluvian considerations as to the natural order of things. Jonathan, promise me you'll be careful.
Of course. But why the fear in your voice?
Look at me, Jonathan.
I am.
I mean, really look at me, young Ekon. We may be deceptive by nature, but this heart of mine has always told the truth.
Ух ты, блин.
Elizabeth.
Go, my friend. But come back to me soon.
Так, мне интересно, как избавиться вот от этой хрени на ебучке? Чё с его харей-то делать ему? Глаза красные, блин. Везде кровь выступает. Чё, не пить кровь? Ой.
So, time to visit the Ascalon.
Так, надо. Ну, сгоняю пока в больницу, потом по сюжету. Здесь должно быть место, где я смогу перепрыгнуть к больнице. А, ну да, внизу. Почему-то я не удивлен. Где же еще можно перепрыгнуть? Так, здесь ничего нету у нас. Так, состояние стабильное. В смысле? Здесь были все здоровы. Не говорите, что здесь все часть народа позаболела. Так, ничем не болен, ничем не болен, ничем не больна. Ничем не болен. Ничем не больна, ничем. Ничем. Так. Так, в смысле стабильно? А почему не здоровые? А, ну то бишь у меня нету еще двоих, да? Ну ладно. Раз уж так.
The life running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
Доктор Суонси, доктор Суонси.
I'm really sorry, sir. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, actually.
Так, где у нас доктор Суонси? Доктор Суонси, где он? Он у себя должен быть. По идее. Да, он у себя.
Hello, Jonathan. Back from the city already?
Tense, to say the least.
I am sure every obstacle will cede to your relent.
Did you know that Lady Ashbury is an artist? And rather a good one.
Well, actually, yes. I attended an exhibition of her paintings before the war. Beautiful landscape.
Perhaps we could go to her next exhibition, you and I.
What a beautiful idea, Jonathan. Did you know she told me once she had been a model for famous painters? But she never told me which ones.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
Oh, the legendary founder of the Ascalon Club.
So you do know him?
All the Brotherhood knows about him is highly confidential. He is dangerously intimate with the royal family and Britain's inner circles.
Are you afraid of him? Is he that dangerous?
No, but since most ancient vampires were killed or fled England during the Great Hunt of 1850, he may be the oldest British vampire. A myth in the flesh, so to speak.
What can you tell me about the Great Hunt?
A sad story, my dear friend. Tragic, in fact. The Brotherhood was betrayed by some of its most trusted members.
Why was it a tragedy?
Not
Tell me about the betrayal.
The founders of the Guard of Priwen stole precious and unique documents and reports from the Brotherhood's library when they left. They used them to identify and locate their next targets.
Понятно.
I shall return later.
Ничего не появилось. Ничего не появилось. Это единственное интересно. Так, ладно, это я.
It's locked, all
Почему
right.
закрыто?
It's locked, all right.
Фига. Где синие рукоятки, братья? Почему нельзя эти поуничтожать? Надоело уже это все. Блин. Ага. Ай-яй. Ай-яй, нельзя. Обидно. Ну ладно. Ну чё, погнали. Так, здесь у нас что-нибудь обновилось? Или нет? Так. Новое место. Мне даже так не надо идти. Так, сейчас у нас направо. И поперли, как говорится, по прямой. По большой дороге, да? Да. Так, вместо этого возьмем вот это. А вместо этого, ну, пока что взять и нечего, да? Пошел в жопу, я это даже не слушал. Ну, так, зайти к ней, с ней поговорить сейчас. Новый разговор. Здорово. Ну, теперь же мы можем пообыскать ее домик, да? Да. Это клево. Так, такого нету у нас.
It's locked, all right.
Угу. Так-то я думал, кто-то у нее в гостях еще. Ух ты, это она типа меня нарисовала.
Hello again, John.
Sorry to
Of course, my...
Do you know?
I can...
But this is
That is...
concern.
Yeah.
Are you?
I cannot promise you any...
Do you?
I know...
Will you tell me your?
One of them, perhaps.
When all of this is over, the war and the epidemic, we could leave the.
Traveling is always so complicated for us poor creatures of the night.
Goodbye.
Ну все. Понятно, что нифига не понятно. Так, пообыщем первый этаж. Что можно где урвать? Еще одна записка. Так. Личный дневник. Ух ты ж, ёкалашмана. Опять не успел ничего сделать, уже час прошел. Так, а почему у нас точка выставляется просто так? Не надо мне маркер, который мне не нужен. А, ну, сражайтесь. А я не хочу. Мне и так неплохо.
It's locked.
Да в смысле с той стороны? И как мне туда попасть-то с той стороны? А. Как же эти Как говорится, вампиры любят застревать в текстурах. Блин. Вот эта коробочка, да. Она открывается. Так, еще что-нибудь. Так, это мы куда? Ну то... Так, мне нужно куда? Направо. Туман сзади.
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
This is no place. Burn it, boy! Killing's all guilty boys. Got one of them here.
Ух ты ж, блин! Чё за газ-то такой? Этим нифига, а меня убивает. Бля.
I cannot enter.
Burn it, boy! Easy does it, boys. We should deal with this first. All of you bloody leeches need killing. Fucking I'll burn you. He's dead.
Типа кислотой какой-то шпарит. Что она разъедает. Может, ну не знаю, ну чесноком так не заэтываешь, ё-моё, чтобы... Какая концентрация чеснока должна быть? Что это? Да, ты, блин, чё? Блин, я-то думал, здесь что-нибудь будет, а тут нифига. Ладно. Поперли дальше шарить. Так, эту дверь открою сразу.
The West End.
Дискорд так никто не подцепился, да, у
Never
нас?
have I felt so sad
Это
to
смысл.
be back home.
Такс. На, это отблески.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British Vampire Society. Not quite as subtle as I expect. Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't...
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Econs. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte. What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true.
I suppose.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
What are you doing out here?
You mean what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask...
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are.
Explosives are very dangerous.
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too.
Have you any reason to be...
Recently...
Let me...
Oh, that...
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without...
All adult women have...
No need...
Really?
Так, ладно, на...
Do you need...
I am fine.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not.
Why do you still hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously a clever woman with a good education and a brilliant future. But
Is it not true of
tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously...
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage, just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady. And the what?
There are less dangerous ways, Doctor.
Be careful what you wish for, young lady. I could gaze at you right now and then take you to a shady corner and have my way with you. And leave your carcass to the rats.
You wouldn't dare. My mother would know. She'd never forgive you.
How could she suspect me? Do you know how many vampires are lurking in the city tonight as we speak?
Oh, my God. For one second I thought you actually...
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, we have to accept the decisions our parents make for us.
I love my mother, and have accepted everything from her. Even that she named me Charlotte, when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born,
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I. She is wise, and we should not ignore her advice when we disagree with it.
But why shouldn't I be allowed to forge my own experience? There can't be only one righteous way.
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been...
Don't let any strangers come into your house.
Good evening, sir.
Come on, Johnny.
Clarence,
I almost...
how is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. And so many things have happened.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece, and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you.
О, ты не знаешь, насколько изменился, блин.
Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation.
You need some...
Так, это еще один район, да?
Good evening. Well, I may have a look.
Текс. Так чё ж так дорого-то? Блядь. Почему так дорого, а? По 2. Ай-яй-яй-яй, это же продажа, блин. А-та-та-та-та-та. А, что же за фигня-то, а? А чё ж так дешево эти материалы стоят?
Goody.
Do you need med?
You would.
Don't worry.
I cannot.
Do you have it?
Not. Sin
Really?
I'm afraid.
Really?
I'm. Are you?
Goodbye, Mr. Russell.
I'm hungry.
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan, I can't believe my own eyes.
I know, Avery. I know about Mary and my mother.
I'm so sorry. It was my duty to watch over her. She left the...
It's all right, Avery.
The police said her body was found near your sister's grave in Whitechapel.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation...
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I'm sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan.
How was...
It was... Miss...
How...
Miss Mary...
How...
Miss...
How...
Miss...
What are the arrangements for my mother's funeral?
There will be no funeral, sir. No ceremony whatsoever.
Where is her body, then?
I'm afraid your mother's body was moved to a mass grave somewhere.
Tell me the truth.
No, sir. I have nowhere else.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that
Considering the...
Then I will...
Do you really think I neglected my mother, Avery?
Yes.
I see. Well, please go on. Speak freely. It's not as if there is anything left.
Just like your father. You always had this capacity to focus only on what interests you. It surely helped you become a great doctor, but not such a great son.
Thank you, Avery. We'll talk later.
Your bedroom.
Так, стоп, а тебе
Yes,
нужна
sir.
помощь?
Do you need me?
I work.
Here is your...
Thank you, Fred.
Thank you, Avery.
Your bed.
Офигеть. Собственная хата. Нормально. Как говорится, теперь я вампирюга, так еще и с собственной хатой. теперь мне должно хватить. 5. А, мне надо еще одну рукоять будет взять. Так. Ага, белый фосфор. Ух ты ж, блин. Ладно, пока что сделаем так. Офигенно. А, и рукояти не хватает, да? Всего этого оружия. Такой урон, да? Так. 9 рукоятей надо. Ладно. Маленький ключ. Ага.
It's locked, all right.
Хорош орать, а. Ух ты. А, ну я так не могу попасть. Понятно, это типа его сейф. Так, это батина или мамина,
I
как
remember
говорится.
Sunday walks in the park.
Сюда попасть нельзя никуда. Так, ребят. Ой, бля. Игру я отключать не буду, стрим остановлю, как говорится, ненадолго. Сходить до магазина, надо бабки снять и за хату все-таки заплатить. А то меня выгонят нахрен, ема. Ладно, скоро услышимся. Давайте, переназову потом стрим. Давайте.